Hey friends. Hello, hello. Tell me if you can hear me. I'm gonna get us all set up. Hello, hello, and happy Friday. I don't know about you all, but this was a week. This was a week. Hi, Victor. I was about to clear energy. Hi, Angela. Love it. All right. I'm excited. It's Friday. It's Friday. And I'm ready. I've been doing VRs the last few weeks, so I thought I was open it up today for tarot readings. Real Outdoor Living, hi. I'm not sure if it's husband today or wifey, but both are welcome. Hello. And Victor, thank you for being here. Angela. Oh, hold on. Carolina, you made it right at the beginning. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Jazzy44, hi, how are you? Angel number in the house. Aussie Chris. Chris, you know what I was going to tell you, Chris? I'm so happy to see you going live more often and putting your readings out there. That's so cool. That makes me very happy when I look at that. Nico Gamer, hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Thank you, Lady Anna. I love these. They're I buy them from a young lady. I believe she's in Alaska actually. And she makes them by hand. She's on Instagram, and you know, I've ordered from her a couple of times. She's really cool. Yeah, awesome. It's been a week. This was a short week, right? I was off on a Monday. I took today off. I had 3 work days. It felt like 10. And yeah, this week was rough. I didn't get to do I didn't get to go to any of my favorite shows. I didn't get to do, there was a lot of things I didn't get to do. But you know, when you're in a space like this, you can't think about the things you didn't do. You have to just be grateful for the things that you did do. So that's what I'm trying to do. That is what I am going to do today. So well, let's see. We're in September, so happy September. Desiree, hola. Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Des, I was thinking about you today. I got caught up on all of my tarot content. I hadn't watched any of my friends' videos in a long time, and like I sat down today and I went through so many. It was awesome. Happy Halloween Eve. Carolina, you cracked me up. That was so funny when you said that. That was so funny. So Carolina made a post and she said that basically the entire month of September is Halloween Eve. So yeah, she cracks me up. Well, I switched all of my decks for this month. And it's so weird, right? Because for the last, I would say like 6 or 7 weeks, I have been using Desiree's decks. And so I swapped them all out. And I'm doing something a little bit different for the month of September. So I am going to be working with the Gaian. I have a little bit of a earth theme going on here. So I'm going to be working with the Gaian Tarot. This is a nature-based. There's people in this deck, but it's definitely based on, you know, Mother Earth. So I'm going to be working with this one. I also have my my lovely Vision Quest best card backs ever, and this one is pretty cool. Bath Maven, hi, how are you? This is Serena. Friends, please welcome Serena into the chat. Yes, we are doing card pulls tonight at Truth Wave. Yes, so you know we're gonna do a twofer. So this is the Vision Quest, and it's very heavy native vibes in this deck, indigenous, and it's a mix, right? It's hard to capture the essence of any one people of the land, and so what they've done is, you know, kind of take a mix of things and put it into, and there's quite a few decks like this out there, but this is the one that I felt worked the best for me. So I'll be using this deck, and then because of that, I'm kind of combining it with two different oracle decks. So I have Seeds of the Sacred Feminine, and this artwork is amazing. This is also an indigenous artist featured in this deck, and the artwork is, I mean, superb. I absolutely love it. I stumbled across this art in the Wee Moon calendar. That's how I found out about it. It's so good. And then the other deck is the newest one to my collection. It's the Sacred Medicine Oracle. This is the one that I've been using at Truth Wave for card pulls. I really like this deck, and I feel like all this energy is gonna just go really well together. It's just pretty awesome. There's a lot of great cards. You know what I love about these decks? I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel like I can see myself in these decks. I can see myself in these decks. They're awesome. Yeah. So that is what I'm gonna be working with this month. So let me see. Okay, so Chris says, looking forward to seeing this deck used. Yeah. You like the collage deck? Every time I do that, I think to myself, like, there's so many more I want. And there's a limit, right? Like, at some point you have to draw the line, because then you end up with so many, and then some of them could have like similar vibes. So you have to be aware of that too. So I'm like, no, slow your roll, use what you have, right? It'll be okay, use what you have. And then decide later. Yes, Serena, I agree. The colors in these decks are awesome, and I love bright colors, so that works for me. They are super, super cool. So because we're going to be doing live readings today, which, by the way, if anybody would like a reading, just type #me, and I'll be happy to do that for you. And you know what? I didn't bring my notebook. I like to write down in my notebook, because then I forget or I lose track sometimes. Like, sometimes it's really, really slow, and then all of a sudden it picks up, and you know, and then you lose track of everything. The chat starts moving fast. I don't know anything about any of this stuff, so I'll be listening and learning. I love that. That's perfect. Awesome. Angela, I got you. Serena, I've got you as well. I'm gonna run and get my notebook. The other thing that I brought with me are some of my favorite, like, small, thank you, Des, some of my favorite small spreads. So I have here this one. Grow with the flow. So this is a card to celebrate, something to learn, and something to release. It's really good for just gratitude. It's just perfect. The other one that I have is, this is called the fairy tale spread. And this is a wish, an obstacle, and a lesson. You get the theme, right? Because the whole point of this is, you know, to help us along on our journey. And then I haven't talked about this at all, but the other day I saw a video and the girl was making zines. Do you guys know what that is? Zines, right? I wasn't sure how to pronounce it actually. Like I was like, is it zine? Is it zine? But anyway, it's like a little mini, it's like a little mini magazine. I guess that's where they get it from. And basically, this is in look, I'm gonna take it apart and then I'm not gonna know how to put it back together again. Basically, it's a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that has been folded a certain kind of way to look like to look like a magazine. So that's what it is. And I saw this, and then like I saw somebody doing this, and what they did was they wrote everything they were grateful for in the little book, which I thought that was super cool. And then somebody else was putting in like their favorite affirmations. And then I saw somebody doing like all their favorite spreads. So I did that as well. So I created this one, Trust Your Gut. And I put some of my favorite spreads in here, see? And this one here is awesome because it gives you a ton of different combinations for the, you know, traditional 3-card spread. And then the last page here, right? So there's a lot that you could stick, because if you wanted to, you could put stuff on the back and you could put stuff, you could get really creative. Some people, you know, do really amazing jobs with these. But yeah, this was my first time. I'm pretty proud of it. What can I say? Desiree, you thought it was a video? That's so funny. All right, so let's get started. You know, I'm gonna run and get my book and I will be right back. So give me just a second. All right. Da-na-na. Okay, did we get... Oh, Rachel, hi, how are you, friend? I caught up on your videos today, too. I've been enjoying the videos. You know, at this rate, I barely even watch television anymore. I don't know why I have all these streaming services. I don't watch them. And then if I ever say, you know, to the fam, like, okay, we should, you know, get rid of the services, then they're like, no. Or I say, like, we should just, you know, watch ads. They're like, no. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see. Angela and Serena. Okay, Angela, do you have a particular question that could help me like narrow down what kind of spread to use for you, my friend? And also, if there's a particular deck that you would like me to use of the ones that I showed, you know, let me know. If not, I'll just grab, you know, whichever one feels right for the question. Oh, happy Friday, Rachel. It's been a week. We don't even have TV here at home anymore. Yeah. It's just YouTube for me. I'm not the only one. The kids too, they watch a lot of YouTube. Maybe I should get rid of all the streaming services and just pay for that. People are watching YouTube on TV. I watch YouTube on TV. Like, if it's something where I want to chat right? In the live or something like that. I can't do it on the TV. It's too, you know, too cumbersome. So I do it on the laptop. I don't like doing it on the phone either. I feel like it's hard to like type comments in the phone and watch at the same time. It's too difficult. So if I plan to chat, then I need to do it on the laptop. But if I'm just watching, then I put it on the television. Let me see. Zine, flip book. That would be handy for university. I mean, there's so many purposes for it, you know. I was gonna put like all, because I had an astrology reading done, and originally I was gonna create a zine and put everything, all the little nuggets in there to have it all in one place that I could refer to. And it's perfect, right? Because this takes no space. It's literally one sheet of paper. It takes no space at all. So if you wanted to like slide this into your wallet, into your journal, wherever, it'll fit perfectly. It will fit perfectly. Okay, let me see. See, Des doesn't watch TV either. I watch YouTube on the phone or the computer. Yeah. Angela, YouTube is all I ever watch. My husband watches TV. I dislike it. But, and yeah, yeah. Yes, I agree with that. Real outdoor living. Yes, I would prefer YouTube. Because then I make my content what I want. You ever realize you subscribe to a service and you flip through all the channels, but there's never anything to watch? Like, you ever wonder, like, why is there never anything good to watch? A question for Angela. Yes, Angela, let me know if you have a question, what your question is, and I'm happy to read for you. Michelle Connell, hi and welcome. Thank you for being here. I want to make sure, yeah, I wanted to make sure that I have it set up to live chat, because, you know, I don't know why it defaults automatically to top chat, and I want to see like all the comments. So Michelle, hello and welcome. And yeah, Angela, let me know if you have a question. And then while we're waiting on Angela, Serena, if you have your question, let me know and I'll pull for you as well. And I saw Carolina and Desiree reminding everybody, as well as Nightbot, to please like and subscribe. But I'm going to show my OG sign. Is that right? Is it this way? There. Friends, please like and subscribe. It's free, believe it or not. You don't have to pay for anything. There we have it. All right. I know you love the sign. I can't get rid of it because of that. I cannot get rid of it. That sign has been around forever. I made that sign like a year ago. All right, I'm shuffling my decks. Is Angela still in the chat? Angela, if not, we can start with a reading for the collective. Angela was like, you talk too much, I'm moving on. Michelle would like a reading. Okay, I'm happy to read for you. Angela, you're here. Angela, did you have a question? All right, Michelle, I got you on the list here. Angela, did you have a question? Let me know so I can decide like what's the best spread for you. Fixing to go into a journey regarding my narc mom. Will that be successful? Okay, that's a great question, and I will pull cards on that. And for that one, I'm gonna use the Gaian. Okay. And then Angela, I'm gonna go ahead and start the reading for Serena, and then you put your question into the chat. All right, so let's clear energy. All right. So I'm going to start with Serena, and then Angela, I saw your question, so I will do yours next. And then Michelle, if you wanted to, I don't know if you put yours, you can put yours in as well. Card for Serena. I'm gonna have a card for Serena. Card for Serena's mom. All right, so Serena, I pulled two cards. I pulled one on your energy and one on her energy, and then what I'll do is like pull a card in the middle for kind of like advice, right? For you, I got the 9 of fire. So the element of fire is usually, you know, a card of action, but this particular card is usually that card of resilience, and not just resilience, but usually resilience because of the road that you have been on. And I like how this figure is in this meditative pose, because it just goes to show that when you're dealing with things like this over time, it gets old, it gets hard, it gets to the point where you ever hear that like expression like, oh, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, right? It doesn't have to be a big thing, but it happens, and it's the catalyst for the meltdown. So this is an awesome reminder for you. It's like spirit recognizes the road that you've been on. It has not been easy, and it's kind of asking you to remember to ground and always call in for guidance. That's where I see you right now. And then yes, and so here's for your mom. I've gotten the Explorer of Earth. To me, it feels like she's on a journey. She's on a journey, and she's still trying to figure it out. And she's not like, she might be like part way on the road to getting wherever it is that she needs to get to. And you see that white stag in the back. For me, that's kind of like spirit, but I don't know if she's noticing or paying attention. She seems distracted by whatever else she is trying to work on and do. So this for me feels like she is in her own headspace. She is trying to do her thing, and I don't know, it does not seem to me like she is paying attention to the things that she should be. So let's pull a card for advice. We'll pull a card for advice. You know, usually this night is, you know, they're on top of their game. They're full of passion and energy, and they're doing all the things. Actually, no, I take that back. This is Earth. This night is usually very like slow moving, but meticulous, right? They have something that they are trying to accomplish, but they don't want to rush. They don't want to cut corners. They want to do all the things the way that they're meant to do. But in this case, I get the feeling like there's a distraction. All right. Card of advice, I meant to pull two. I'm sorry, I meant to pull one, but two came out. So the first one, 3 of Earth. So you could see what's going on here. I could almost feel like you could imagine yourself in this situation with her. Sadly, her distraction is dividing the family. Yes. Yes. And I wish that there was a way for you both to kind of come to the table. And for me, this is like put your cards on the table. This is put your cards on the table and let's find the common ground. Let's find the one thing that we could agree on and let's just do that. Sometimes when people are going through stuff, like it's hard because there's a lot of hurt feelings, there's a lot of emotions that come into play, right? And it's not easy to resolve in one visit or even in a couple of visits. And sometimes in order to appreciate the time that you have with them, you have to kind of put that stuff aside and, you know, maybe not talk about it this one time. Like try to remember the bond and the relationship over the problem at hand. That's what I'm getting. The other card that came out is the Elder of Air. So this is like the king, right? King of Swords type of energy. So for me, this means like being really, really careful about the words that you're choosing and not letting the situation escalate or emotions getting out of control. There's no bond or relationship. There's nothing. No tradition. Is there a new tradition that you could start? Is that a possibility? Hey Nat, how are you? Vicky, hi. How are you, friend? Thank you for being here. I haven't spoken to her in over 3 years. Okay. So this trip, is it a trip that you're taking to see her, like a dedicated trip to go and try to reconnect? My journey will be a quest for healing. Is this a solo thing that you're doing, like to heal yourself, that has nothing to do with her? Okay. All right. This is you. This is all you. Okay. Let me come to this deck here and I'll pull out an oracle card for you. Sometimes, Serena, sometimes we have to reparent ourselves and it's hard. I have done stuff like this in meditation, in guided meditations, where I go back to situations that happened and reprogram them in my mind so I can find my own peace. I'm gonna pull a card for you. There it is. Ooh, 2. Sacred tears, Serena. Sacred tears. It's not just you either. It's not just you that's crying. It's like your lineage, your ancestors are too, because this isn't the way it was intended to be. It was not intended to be this way. And so it's not just you that's in pain, and it's not just you that's hurting. It's the entire bloodline, you know. I always say that it goes back seven generations. So we have sacred tears. The key word under that, by the way, is expression. And so for me, that means don't hold it in. You gotta let it out and find a way to to release all that, because our body stores it. Our body stores it. And the other card that came out with that is Jingle Dress, which is, you know, could be difficult to, you know, pull out the meaning, but the key word on this card is a miracle. And if you know, this dress, this is considered, this is very regalia. This is attire that they only wear in sacred ceremony, right? These are dances or rituals. They're sacred. And so this card of miracles, I want to pull up, I'm going to grab the book and read a little bit more about that, because I feel like your medicine could be in that card. And that's card 16, by the way. Yes, it could be your happy dance, but it could also be your way to find peace and comfort in your own skin. Like for me, dance, it's a ritual that moves energy around in your body, but it's also something that helps you ground. It helps you ground. So here's the sacred ceremony for you. Listen closely and close your eyes. Envision yourself at a powwow where there are hundreds dancing in jingle dresses. This powerful music created by the jingle increases the vibration of the energy field and opens you up to all that is possible. Begin to move your hips, shake your shoulders, and gently move from side to side as you move space in your body. Vital healing light moves through you from head to toe, open to receive and feel nourishment and nectar filling your sacred vessel. You know, it's interesting that it should say that, because remember that for you, I pulled this card and look at the beam of light going from crown to root. Open to receive and feel nourishment and nectar filling your sacred vessel. You are now vibrating with miraculous energy. Direct it where it needs to go. So in other words, you're creating the energy, and now you can take that energy and channel it where you need it to be, which is going to be into releasing. Into releasing. That is the miracle. That is the miracle. So I'm going to show you these like this. And hopefully you can find something in this message that can help you along in your journey, because you're right, it's a journey and it's not an easy one. Beth, hi, how are you? Beth, I was thinking about you. Look what I'm wearing. Ta-da! Do you see that? Remember this? That makes more sense. Yes, thank you. And thank you, because I know it's not easy to do this on a live where we can't have a conversation. And so sometimes I misinterpret the question. So thank you for explaining that and giving me the opportunity to read for you. Yeah, I put it on a satin cord. I put it on a satin cord. And it's great. All right. Yeah, see? Use my head there. All right. Yvette, hi, how are you? It's nice to see you. And let me see, did I miss anybody else in the chat? If I did, I'm sorry. When I'm reading, it's hard for me to, you know, to stay connected to the chat. All right. So that is my reading for you, Bath Maven, Serena. I know you like that water element, but you might be called to earth for this. You might be called to earth. Awesome. All right, so let's go to Angela, who was next. Angela, your question, I think it was, what do we need to know at this time? Is that right? Tell me, tell me. Awesome, awesome. All right, this is such a great deck. Is Karen Suki here? I have to talk to her. What does she need to know? Okay. I have to talk to Karen Suki. Because I don't know if you remember, last time she recommended a book, right? And I was like, oh, I'm going to write that down. And I wrote it down and I looked it up, and guess what? The book that she recommended is written by this person right here, Asha Frost. I was blown away at the synchronicity of such a thing. Yes, friends, please be sure to support each other in the chat. Feel free to drop your links. You can do hashtag, or sorry, not hashtag, exclamation point TMIM, and that way you can share your links. And just remember that if you go to somebody's page and you decide, you know what, I would like to support this person, remember to open up one of their videos, you know, try to watch at least 3 to 5 minutes of content, and then hit the like and hit the subscribe. Otherwise, YouTube takes it away. All right. Beth Maven, I will be thinking of you, my friend. Beth Maven. Okay. Awesome. All right. Angela, you know, general questions are okay because sometimes things come up in the cards, right? So that way you kind of open it up to whatever you need. All right, Vicky. There we go. Okay. Beautiful. You guys, like, Vicky is my cruise director and she doesn't even know it yet. She doesn't even know it yet. She's awesome. Her channel is all about cruising and traveling and food, and it's so much fun, and it's a really fun group that she has. Her community is super, super awesome. So yeah, I would highly recommend. Highly recommend. Okay. All right, so we are doing... Angela, which deck did you want? Do you want to use the Gaian, or do you want me to use the Vision Quest? A sail away party on Thursday. Ooh, I want to go. I want to go. I'm going to try my best. Work has not been cooperating with me. Work has not been cooperating. That will be fun if we get to do that. 5 p.m. Oh, it's at 5 p.m. Oh, I could be there. I could be there. Yeah, I'll be there. All right. Vision Quest. Okay. Okay, look at you being brave. All right. Let's do Vision Quest. You had a general reading. So let's do, how about this one? Something to celebrate, something to learn, and something to release. How about that? Tell me if that works. Okay, so on my list, I had Angela, which we just did, and Serena, which we did. No, we're working on Angela now. And then after that, I have Michelle. And did I miss anybody else? I see Nat. Fatima, hi, how are you? Fatima. Oh, okay. Beth, I will add you as well. So we have Beth and I thought, yeah, Nat. Okay. Fatima, I have a bone to pick with you. Why were you pulling the cart? You should have made John pull the cart. It's raining. You're pulling that heavy cart. What in the world? What is happening? John needed to do that. Awesome. Okay. All right, Angela, here we go. Something to celebrate. Something to celebrate for Angela. Friday is a good day to think about all of our blessings right here. Oh my God. Something to celebrate. Life force. How amazing is that? All right, so this is card number 11. This deck is like a Thoth-based deck, so that means that strength and justice were reversed. So this is like your regular strength card, and that is what you are celebrating. Your life force, your chi, your power, your personal power to overcome anything. I love that card for you. Ooh, celebrate. Okay, something that you need to learn. Something that you can work on learning. Ooh, okay. We have Daughter of Earth. So maybe an invitation to, what's your outdoor practice like? Do you do any, like, I'm gonna ask you this question even though I know I never do this. Do you do like any gardening, or how do you do your how do you ground? What is your grounding practice? You love this deck, Rachel? I know this is a good one. I'm excited to be using it because I've had it for a while and I haven't actually like used it yet. Look at that. It's so good. What are your grounding practices? Because perhaps this is calling you to do just that, to connect with what I'm seeing here is she's connected to, this is a card of Earth. There's a lot of, for me, like tactile experiences when we're working with Earth, when we're working with, do you do any type of work with textiles? Like linens or yarns or fabrics? Do you sew? Do you craft at all? Do you garden? Do you work with the soil? It doesn't have to be those things. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, do you perhaps like create jewelry, make jewelry with crystals, or anything at all? Anything that you could think. Because I think what this card is saying is, you know, sometimes we get wrapped up in the things that we're doing, right? And it pulls us away. And this is like an invitation for grounding. Let me know what your practices are. I always love to hear no textile work or grounding. So perhaps this could be like, maybe it's time to get out there. And it doesn't have to be like this, right? It could be like, maybe it's time to take a walk outside, to go to a hike, to spend some time outside in nature, in a park, at the beach, at a lake. You go outside every day and put your feet on the earth. Okay, hold on one second. That is so important too. I try to do that. Daughter of Earth. When I do that, I try not to think, because in my head, I'm like, what if there's a snake? What if this? I just try to go. Hold on. Daughter of Earth. Fire, water, air. Of course, it's the last one. All right. So, I'm going to show you the card right quick. See? Yeah, grounding is so important. Like sometimes I could actually feel like the charge moving through my body. All right, I'm going to show you the card right here, and I'm going to tell you what the booklet says. The key word for this card, creativity. Creativity. So in essence, this is, I'm going to say this, pregnancy and birth. So this doesn't have to be like physically manifesting a child, but it could be the creation of something new, right? A new project. This also talks about patience. It talks about female power, beauty. So maybe some glamour magic, right? Talents, fine arts, manual skills, sometimes clinging to the values of the past. So the inner message for this card is you are pregnant with yourself. Unused talents are now about to emerge and bloom. Do you have an unused talent? Like perhaps are you leaning on one gift and maybe not exploring some of the others? Very creative. I sing, play instruments, and draw. That's amazing. Okay, so give your inner creations room to outwardly manifest. In order to do that, you need some peace and a lot of patience. Everything else is well and ready. What grows within you will develop beautifully if you just listen to what it needs and follow your own rhythm. So that's the inner message for this card. There's also an outer message. An extraordinarily creative phase begins for you on many different levels. Even the desire may become quite powerful. So check your motivations. See whether your longing can only be fulfilled by doing that one thing. Discover what nurturing really means to you. Painting, letters, sculptures, music, poetry, a lovingly tended garden, that all of that could be your children too. All are forms of expressing your love and sense of aesthetic beauty. All are ways to enrich the world. I need some peace and quiet. I can't hear it myself. I mean, your answer is right there. So this is something that you remember, this was the card of learn, right? So this is something that you need to perhaps learn to find a way to carve out a nook of time or space that is just for you, right? Because sometimes we're very giving, and we don't take what we need. So that was card number 2. So now we're going to pull card number 3, which is release. Let's see. What do we need to release? What does Angela need to release? Angela. There it is. My God. This is magnificent. I'm just going to say. You know what card came out? Balance. You know what this is? This is like the Justice card. So here it's card number 8. But it's usually card 11. And the irony of this is that you also got this card here. It's like they're flip-flopped. No, wait, hold on. Yeah. 8 and 11. You got 8 and 11. And in the tarot, they're usually flip-flopped. But both of them showed up in your journey, in your reading. So you have 2 major arcanas coming through for you today. And this card of balance, like usually it's justice, but I'm just trying to go by the artwork and the aesthetics of this particular deck. And you were talking about that. It's like, look at that. It's like finding your peace. And I love the dragonfly energy in this deck. The ability to balance that jug up on her head. The other thing that I can't help but notice is this water here, because Justice card sometimes has something to do with maybe karma, but also the idea that everything creates a ripple effect. Everything that you do creates a ripple effect. So if she loses her patience, if she loses her focus or her concentration, and that jug were to fall and splash into the water, then it creates a ripple that turns around and affects other things. And so that's like the simple way to look at it, but metaphorically that could mean a lot. So that might be something that you might want to just kind of sit with and journal. At the end of these live streams, I like to go back usually the next day and put timestamps. So if you need to come back to this reading, you're more than welcome to do that. But I really feel like this is a big reading because we have 2 majors and a court card showing up for you. And the balance card is coming up in that release. There's something that needs to be let go of so that you could find this. That is what I have for you, friend. Hopefully that makes sense. The ripple. Let me pull an oracle card for you. I'm going to pull from the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine. These cards are awesome. Here it is right here. Aww. Reuse something. This kind of speaks to that idea of reduce, reuse, recycle. Is there something that you thought no longer had purpose or value that can perhaps be given new life? And that is perhaps a way that you could use your creativity from the Daughter card. That is what I have for you. Thank you for letting me read for you. That was beautiful. Awesome. I'm going to take a sip of water. That resonates for you. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Now we had Michelle. Michelle, are you still in the chat? Let me know. Michelle. Michelle. Okay. Michelle, tell me again, what was your question? While you're doing that, I'm going to remind everybody to please like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. Michelle, tell me if you have a question. If not, we could use one of the spreads. And I really like how these decks read. Anything you see for the future. Okay. So let me see here. All right. So I'm going to offer you a choice, okay, for the future. We could either, I'm going to pull 3 cards. We could do a wish, an obstacle, and a lesson, or we can do past, present, and future. Tell me which one appeals to you more. Thank you, Rachel. Beautiful. I'm just giving the decks a shuffle. I missed what you said. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, Michelle. So would you prefer a wish, an obstacle, and a lesson, or past, present, future? And I'm gonna tell you this is my first time reading with the Gaian Tarot, because I've had this deck for a long time. I trimmed the deck, and then I did a deck study with it, and I put it away, and I never actually read with it. So this is my first time using it, and I kind of like it so far. All right, Michelle. What you got? Past, present, future? Hi, Anna. How are you? Past, present, future. Okay. All right. So we'll pull a card for the past. Present. Ooh. Future. Wow, what a beautiful reading. Nabs, you need guidance. Okay, I can put you on the list, Nabs. Thank you for being here. We have a list. I'll add you. And I would ask if you could just like and subscribe. That really helps the channel. Colorful Foresight, hello. I know the cards are big and I trimmed them. They were even big. They were actually like, before I trimmed them, they were 4 by 6, like impossible to work with, just impossible. Now they're manageable. Okay, so here we go, Michelle. Past. In the past, we have 3 of fire. So the number 3 is connected to like growth and expansion, right? And you can see here, she looks to be in a celebratory, you know, like perhaps a dance. And I kind of see this as she's not alone, because you could see the little orbs here. I feel like she's surrounded by spirit. She's surrounded by spirit. Now, in the traditional deck, this 3 of fire would be like a card of a person who has kind of made a lot of plans, had a lot of dreams and ambitions, and was kind of ready to take that next step. So this is what we're reading on right now. That is the past, right? So perhaps you were in a place in your life where you wanted to do big things and you had done the work. It wasn't like you woke up one day and said, I think I'll, you know, do whatever. You had done the work. So that was the past. Anna, I will add you to the list, okay? Awesome. All right. So then present, okay? Present, we have Ace of Earth. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I mean, you know, it has Bambi vibes, right? Aces are a new beginning. The earth element is this, you know, element of all the material things, right? The things of this realm. So this could be home, this could be work, this could be health, but it could also mean like grounding. It can mean a lot of different things, but what I see is there is an opportunity to start something new here. Something is unfolding. If you could kind of see like the plant here, how it slowly begins to unravel and take shape. So perhaps you were here in this 3 of fire energy, and then in the present, this opportunity is presenting itself for you, right? So if this hasn't happened just yet, you know, keep an eye out. The other thing I'm gonna say is sometimes opportunity presents itself in a way that you didn't expect, you didn't realize. You feel like, I'm not ready. That's bigger than what I thought. I just wanted this one thing that's too big for me to, you know, tackle, right? So when that happens, just, you know, take a deep breath, because if the opportunity is presenting itself, it's worth it to explore. You see how this has these little curls and spirals? It's worth to explore all the little nooks and crannies of that opportunity before you turn away from it. You know, a lot of times we hear, oh, a new opportunity, and you think, oh my God, amazing, I'm gonna say yes. But in real life, sometimes we're presented with things that we don't realize are opportunities. Like sometimes we're like, what? I don't want to do that. That's too much work. I don't have time for that right now. I already have these other things going on. You know, So many different things. So just remember the fire and the passion that you had when you were thinking about, right? Because when you're thinking and making plans, you're in essence manifesting what you want to see in your life down the road. And you put a lot of your own personal energy into that. So I'm just saying, like, remember this energy when this comes knocking at your door, okay? The card for your future. It's such a beautiful card. 9 of Earth. This is basically like, if you were asking me a yes, no question, the answer is yes. Like, this is wish fulfillment. This is getting the things that you wanted and more. This is getting everything you ever hoped for. So I love this. I love this for you. I feel like you're at early stages of your journey, and so anything is possible, but this is the best time because this is when you can see all the different possibilities that are available to you. Yes. Yes, it's lavender. She's standing in a field of lavender. And a little side note, this woman right here, she is actually the creator of this deck. This is the only card she put herself in. You know that it took her 10 years to put this deck out there into the world. To me, that's like mind-boggling. So yeah, your front garden is full of lavender. I love that. I love that for you. And you know, lavender is it's peaceful. It's also like protective too, right? I don't know, like, it's so great. I love like lavender essential oils. It's amazing. So this is such a great reading for you. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for you. We have some let me know what you think. Let me know if that resonates. And I'm quickly going to say hello to our new friends in the chat. Let's see. What did I miss? Ooh, Fatima Lux. Hi, how are you? Fatima, I'm going to add you to the list, okay? It's getting kind of long, just saying. It's getting kind of long. So what I'm going to say is this. I don't know if I'll have a chance to read for everybody on the list, but if you want your reading to be guaranteed, you can leave a donation and I will bump you up to the top of the list. If you leave a donation, let me know in advance so that I could make sure to update. Ethereal Moonlight, hi, how are you? Hello and welcome, and thank you for being here. Awesome, it does resonate. Okay, good, I'm glad. Thank you for letting me read for you. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna put those away. And next we have Beth. Are you here? My lovely turtle, are you still here? Yay, you're here. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle my deck. I'm using the Gaian Tarot, or I also have the Vision Quest. So if you wanted the Vision Quest, I could do that as well. Just let me know. Are you Latina? Yes. Yes. Grateful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Miss Beth, tell me, did you have a question or you want like a general type of reading, and then we could just use one of the card spreads? You knew. I mean, you know. I cannot hide, not that I would ever want to, my ethnicity. Now, some people have asked if I am of Indian heritage. I get that a lot. I get that a lot. but actually I have indigenous roots. Actually, I have more indigenous roots than I even realized, and I found out when I did my DNA. So yeah. The list is long, Chris. Chris, I'm showered, ready to mingle. Is there time? Chris, I'll put you on the list, okay? And if we have time, yes. All right, Beth. A general reading, curious about the future or if I'm on the right track. Okay. You want me to use the Gaian? I think maybe we'll use the Gaian for you. Yeah? I agree with you. Yes, a mix of it's a melting pot. I am definitely a melting pot. I am 33% indigenous Taino. 33%. And then the rest I want to say is like Spain and Portugal. Those are the 3 top areas that are represented in my DNA. Mi exnovio era argentino. Well, I am from Puerto Rico, Taína. Okay. Hey, Izzy, how are you? It's good to see you. Friends, if you're not connected to Izzy, please be sure to do that. Hold on one second. He has an awesome channel, and his channel, it's hard to describe. It's like a, I don't know, he's like this powerful dating coach and helps people step into their power and, I don't know, just make better decisions in life overall. I'm great. How are you? I'm great. It'd be better if I had my glass of wine, Desiree. What did you do with the DNA? Oh, I took the DNA test, yeah. So, you know, you put a little bit of saliva on the thing and send it in, and then they do the test. It takes like, I don't know, forever, 3 months, and then they get back to you. All right, Beth. Give me the answer to my question. Okay, well, hello to you too, R. R, there's actually a list, okay? So I'm going to put you on the list. If you want to get bumped up to the top of the list, you need to make a donation, okay? Thank you, R. Goodness. Izzy, I'm drinking wine later tonight, but doing great overall. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so we're reading for Beth. Beth wants to know if she's on the right track. Okay. Beth, I'm going to be the deliverer of hard news today, okay? Sit down. Make sure you're sitting down. Beth, for me, it seems like you are moving away from something, okay? There's something that you need to move away from, and that is going to cause a little bit of chaos momentarily, right? Until you get things underway. But it's going to lead you to have more clarity in your thinking and in your communication as well. So overall, First of all, no reading is a bad reading. I'm gonna tell you that right now. No reading is a bad reading, but sometimes they're not easy. So for you, I have the 8 of water. And you can see she is in a body of water. She's swimming. Usually this card is tied to the idea of knowing that the situation or the person, whatever it might be, has kind of like fizzled out. If it's an opportunity, it could be you learned everything you could possibly learn and it's time to try something different. If it's a person, it could be that you've taught each other everything that you could possibly learn from that person and it's time to move on and make other friendships or meet other people. You know, it's that line of thinking, right? There's something that is in your life that is no longer in your it's no longer serving you. So it's time to start walking away. And this particular card indicates that it's not something that's easy to give up. It's something that's a little bit more difficult because perhaps you're accustomed to it. You got used to it. You're comfortable with the situation. So this for me is, it's time to spread your wings, right? It's time to take the next step. Do something a little bit different. Maybe think of like, what is that one thing in your mind that you've been thinking I should, but then you're like, that's too much. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Think about that. You know what it is. Okay. You know what it is. So I'm going to leave that there. The next card is the 5 of air. So air is the element that's tied to communication, okay? And you can see what's going on here. It's very easy to tell. Like imagine 5 eagles squawking all around. I can't stand it when the crows are hanging out in the tree in the front because they're annoying. You know, all you could hear is them, you know, like, and you're just like, I can't think. My God, just hush for one moment. Let me like, let me think. And usually in this card, it's just, you know, a card of conflict. It's a card of conflict. There's stuff happening, but you're not meant to stay in this space forever. You're not going to stay in that space forever. You're going to move on. And what I see is that you will actually elevate after you do this. So we have guardian of air, right? So this is like the queen of swords energy. And sometimes this queen gets like a bad rap, right? Because people are like, oh, she's cold-hearted and she's this and that and the other. But no, she just knows what she wants. And she's not afraid to say it. And she's not going to pussyfoot around somebody's feelings. Or what if they get mad? Or what if they don't like me anymore? No, none of that matters. Because this queen is going to take care of her. She's going to make sure that her cup is full. And she's going to make sure that she's balanced, that she's in alignment. She's very wise. You can see the owl on the card, and you also see some sound clearing here, right? It's an invitation for you. It's an invitation that could be scary. It's up to you. You could be like, screw that, I'm not doing it. I'm not ready, right? But it would be kind of cool to see where it goes, right? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. I hate when my cat pussyfoot's going outside. Desiree, stop making stop making fun. Dios mío. It's a big move. Yeah, I know. And scary. It could be scary, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me pull you a self-care card, okay? I'm going to pull you a self-care card. Play a drum. So this is an invitation for grounding and earthing. Do you play any instruments? Yes, I know, because it's been time to make a change for a year, but it's hard. Yeah. But you know, with this card here, you could be releasing those worries and fears. You could be releasing it. When is did the full moon pass? When is the full moon? Desiree, the full moon, and if it passed, it's on Sunday. Perfect. The full moon is a perfect time to release the things that, and it's an eclipse to top it all off. It's the perfect time to let go of the bull crap that's holding you back. Those self-limiting thoughts, beliefs, fears, worries, anxieties, strongholds. This is a perfect time to let that go. You know how you do it? Ground. If you don't have a drum, you don't need to go get a drum. You don't have a drum, take what you have. Take a bell. You could take a bell. If you have like a tuning fork or some kind of other instrument, you could take that. Heck, if you don't have any of that, God gave you an instrument right here. Your hands. You could clap, you could sing, you could dance. Empty bucket for a drum. Yep. A live full moon ritual. Ooh, I didn't do it. I did the fire a few nights ago, Anna. I did the fire a few nights ago, and it was cool. I just did it because I needed, like, I felt this heavy energy. I felt like I needed to release shit and let it go so I could like do my thing and live life. So I lit the fire, and then I did the live stream. Awesome. All right, Beth. Hope that helps. And it's a journey, right? So just take it one step at a time. You don't have to like do everything all at once. Take your time working through that. Beautiful. All right, so let me get my deck together. That was the reading for Beth. Okay, next on the list is Nat. Nat, are you still here, my dear? Nat, let me know if you are here. Did I miss anybody in the chat? Okay, so far this is the list as I have it. If I miss someone, let me know. So I have Nat, then I have Nabs, Anna, Fatima, Chris, and R. Beautiful. Okay, Nat. I know, I am gonna try. It's just that right now the weather is really unpredictable, so I haven't been doing it. So what I did was I had to wait for the forecast. Is it gonna rain? Is it not gonna rain? And then it wasn't gonna rain, so I ran out and I did it. Also, it's still very hot here. So if you turn around and start a fire on top of it, like, it's hard because it's super hot. I'm waiting for it to cool off a little bit. Nat wants to know what she needs to do to grow her channel. Okay, grow. Ooh, so how about if we do start, stop, continue, Nat? Stop, start, continue, or we could do that, or we could do a card for you, a card for your path, and a card for your potential. Tell me what you think. This is the best thing ever, you guys. Everybody needs to make one. It's called a zine. It's short for magazine. It's basically a piece of paper, and you could put whatever you want in it. It's like literally the easiest thing ever. Look, it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that you cut and fold, and then it turns into a magazine. All right. So Nat, do whatever. Okay, so let's do that last one. Hold on, where did it go? You, your path, and your potential. All right, you want me to use the Gaian or the Vision Quest? Did you like one more than the other? Some people don't like the Gaian because the artwork is not always RWS friendly. But so far it's been reading pretty well for me. Ciao. You don't have a preference. Okay, we'll go with Gaian because that's the one in my hands right now. Earring. Alright, friends. So, a card. We're going to pull a card for Nat. A card for Nat. Wow. A card for your path. Your path. And hey Robert, how are you? A card for your potential. Yeah. Ooh. Nat, for me this is a pretty clear reading. So before I do that, hold on. So Anna, yes, basically it's one piece of paper, you see, 8.5 by 11 that got folded, and it has one little cut right here, and then you fold it and it turns into a little book, and you could put whatever you want. Like if you wanted to put your favorite Bible verses, if you wanted to put your favorite affirmations, if you wanted to put, like this one, I have all my favorite spreads in here. I wanted to make one for astrology too. Like I wanted to put all my astrology stuff in one. And then literally it's just a sheet of paper, so you could slip this right into your journal, right into your wallet, your I know a lot of people like to use like those Habanichis or those field notebooks and stuff like that. You just stick it right in there and it has everything. Because you know what? Because you created it. You can do whatever you want. Do as I just learned how to do it. I will include the link. That's what I'll do. I recently saw someone do it, and while she was doing hers, I did mine at my desk. So I will include the link to her video so you can watch and support another person. How about that? Because she was really good. And she was easy to understand and follow. Okay, Nat. We're ready for you. So the first card, let me go back to the book. The first card, a card about you. I have no idea on how to do it. You don't have to. You could watch the video. A card for you. The Guardian of Air has come back out again. Okay. Now, remember what I was saying earlier about the way that sometimes this queen comes across. So, this is what I'm going to say. Think about like in your channel. Is it possible that perhaps you put out a, like a vibe or a feel because you're trying to do things a certain kind of way? And that is, like, you don't have to answer that. That's a personal question. But this is what I'm getting for you, is that right now, perhaps people might be like judging the exterior without getting to know who you are as a reader and what your channel is about. Okay, so we're gonna pause there for a moment. A card for your path. We actually got the 9 of Earth. Okay, the 9 of Earth. You know that that's wish fulfillment. I look at this card, I think field of dreams. It's like everything that you need is right there. It just takes some time and some effort. It just takes some time and some effort. Now, I think the key to this reading is the final card, which is potential. Look what came out. Fire. Fire. And I feel just from watching your channel, you need to let some of this show. Like, you have a personality and you want that to come through, come across to the people that are watching you. Be your true self. Be authentic. Do the things that make you happy. And this is a perfect time, like in the beginning, to try different things, right? This card of fire, sometimes it's tied to like creativity. So it could be inviting you to try different things with the channel until you find something that really works. Try different things. Ask, do a poll perhaps, or ask the people that come, if you do lives, or the people that comment in your videos, ask them what they'd like to see more of. And for you in particular, Nat, I'm just gonna tell you this being real, right? Sister to sister. You are not the horse witch, okay? I would love to see more of that in your videos, more of that power coming through in your videos. So maybe when you do your videos, maybe instead of doing them from inside, maybe you could try them from outside, right? If you keep your animals on your property, maybe you do them with them, like do it outside with them. So what I'm seeing here is perhaps you trying to, here's another thing I'm going to say, because this is something that kills a lot of us, right? We can't help it. This is a natural human thing. All of us do it. Everybody does this comparison thing, right? Don't compare to other people what other people are doing. What works for somebody else might not work for you. You want to find your flow, your rhythm, your way of doing things. So I feel like this here is calling you to find your center, find your voice. What makes you sing? And perhaps do that instead. That's this fire invitation, because the potential is here. The potential is here. You just have to perhaps change your approach just a little bit. Bye, Rachel. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your dinner. Nat, are you still with me? That's awesome. The vlog with your horse. That's perfect. Do more of that. It didn't do very well as I thought it would. Try different things. This year has been a year where I have I'm an Aries, so when I had my birthday, I did my solar return reading. And in that reading, my astrologist gave me very concrete steps on things that I could try to do for me and for my channel. And she gave me some tough advice, right? Some tough feedback. Feedback is a gift. And it has to be delivered a certain kind of way. And because I love her and appreciate her, I took what she said and I sat with it for a really long time. And then I started to try to slowly do some of the things that she recommended, and it yielded results for me. So I'm not saying you need to run out and do an astrology reading, but what I am saying is this is the time to try different things. When your channel is still new and starting it out and you're trying to figure out what makes sense, or what feels good, this is the time to do that, to try different things. And everyone has a voice. Like some people say, oh, it's too oversaturated, there's too many. No, there's not. There's plenty for everybody. There's plenty for everybody. Everybody has a voice and something that they bring to the table, and so do you. So do you. So just be patient and hang in there. You know, here we have the 9 of Earth, right? So she didn't just get there overnight. Remember what the Earth's, you know, the suit of Earth stands for. It stands for, you know, being resilient and being hardworking and doing things meticulously over and over like clockwork, repetitively, even when you don't get that instant payoff. I know it's easier to have the instant gratification, but that's not how this element works. So I think you have a bright future ahead of you, but I personally would love to see more of this fire within you, so that you can start to draw like energy towards you, in essence. So that's probably more than what you were hoping for tonight, but I'm sharing that from a good place in my heart. All right, get this deck shuffled. I was watching the other day Chip from Are You Locked In, and he did a short, and in the short he says, stop looking at the videos that didn't do well, the videos that didn't get the numbers, the videos that didn't get the likes, the ones that didn't get, you know, the hits, or the ones where you worked so hard on it but you didn't get back what you wanted. Instead, look at the videos that are doing good. Look at those, examine those, and try to repeat that. And I was like, that is such great advice. Because we can't help it. You know, we work so hard on some of these videos and the content, and you put yourself out there and you pour your whole heart and soul into it, and then you're like, what? That's it? That's it? So, you know, I think that's solid advice. You know, perhaps like look at the things that are working for you in your channel. All right, so let me see. Nat, let me know if you're okay. Purple Moon Tarot, hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. I just did a reading for my friend Nat, but it was a lot of information that came through. Hugs, my dear. Hugs. All right, so then next was Nabs, and Nabs is not here. Nabs left. That happens because it was a long oh, see, I love that, Fatima. Thank you. You went back and listened again. Okay, yeah, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Fatima went and subscribed to your channel and took a listen at your content as well. Nabs. Yes, and Nat, you know, she has a tarot channel. And when I first saw her channel name, I don't know what I was expecting. When I first saw your channel name, like I envisioned you like you know, instead of a witch on a broomstick, I envisioned you like on a horseback. My imagination, right? Ah, I'm not saying take your deck of cards on top of your horse and go crazy. I'm not saying that. But wouldn't that be awesome? Oh my gosh. All right, colorful foresight was next. Okay, so Nabs didn't answer. Colorful foresight. Okay, she left. All right. Maybe she'll come back then. So then after that, was it Anna? Hey, Scotty, how are you? How are you? Thank you for being here, my friend. All right, Des. So then I think then Anna is next, no? Anna, if you have a question, pop it in. Pop it in. Awesome. Where were you, Scotty? Where were you? You were having a cold one? Tell me the truth. Anna, whatever I should receive. All right, so does that mean just like a general reading then, Anna? Scotty. We could do a general reading. Let me see. It's time for a cold one. It was hot today. Okay, a general reading. All right. How about stop, start, and continue? How about that? Start, stop, and continue. I'm going to use the Vision Quest. So, the first card is going to be something that Anna has to work on stopping. Cha. Ooh. Okay, the second card is something that you, hold on. Keep it right here. Keep it right here. Okay. So stop, and then the second card is start, something that you have to start doing. Ooh. Wow. And something that you need to continue doing. Continue. All right, I need a minute. I need a minute because it's a big one. It's a big one. Right in front of me. Okay. All right, my dear. So for the first card, something to stop doing. Okay, we got card number 2, Medicine Woman. This has a connection to the High Priestess, right? So something that you have to stop doing is blocking your connection to your inner self. In other words, when you have a decision that you need to make, or you have a question, right? Seek validation from within versus external validation, right? Learn to trust your own inner guide and your own compass, because a lot of times we question and we doubt, or we go to somebody else. What do you think we should do? What do you think? I was thinking this. What do you think? And you hush your own thought or your own feeling, and this card is inviting you to do the opposite, to commune with yourself. Look at that beautiful path that is within this priestess. She comes as the medicine woman. That kind of goes like to say that you have your own medicine, right? You've heard this before. The body has the power to heal itself. And so do you. You know the answers to all your own questions. You just have to seek them within and trust. And you see that the eagle right behind, she has the eagle feather, and then that moon in the background and the smoke, right? For me, that's a connection to spirit guides or to spirit team, to ancestors, right? To whoever it is that you pray to. Remember to, you know, if you need to ask, that's where you go. Go to spirit. That's what that card is saying. Hey, John. John, why you made Fatima pull the card? Why didn't you pull the card? Why you made her do all the work? Time to go home. Bye, Nat. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Be safe. All right. So that was the stop. The other one is start. What do you need to start doing? Okay, there's a theme here. What do you need to start doing? You know what we got? The shaman. This is in a traditional deck. This would be like the Hierophant, right? This would be like a spiritual teacher. So what do you need to start doing? Getting spiritual guidance, which is kind of like the message that we just got in the previous card. Here we see the white wolf. We see, is that the raven? The eagle? And the shaman, is like a connection from the earth to the spirit realm, right? You hear when people say as above, so below. It's that same idea. So what you need to start doing is reaching out to spirit on a regular basis. Like maybe you need to put a practice in place, right? Maybe you go to spirit, but only sometimes. Or maybe you go to spirit, but only when you're having an issue or a problem, right? That happens sometimes. Sometimes everything's going great. You don't even think about it. And then you have an issue and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Please help me, you know? Well, this is saying perhaps it's time to develop that relationship just a little bit more. Because it was funny, I made her take it. John, you should have pulled it because you ate that big burger. You ate that big burger. You have to be a very good brother, but not all the time. Yeah, brothers they're tricksters sometimes. I didn't do it since a long time. Okay, Anna. So that's so here spirit is saying this is what they would like to do. Here's the problem. Sometimes, right? When you're first getting started in your spiritual journey, it's hard because it's not like a conversation that you have with another person. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. How are you? It's not that kind of conversation. So in the beginning, it's frustrating to understand because spirit speaks to us in different ways, through symbols, through signs, through gut feelings, through all different kinds of things. So sometimes it takes time to start to understand how it is that they're speaking to you, right? So, just be patient and stick to it, and it'll naturally develop over time for you. Chris is pulling cards too. Awesome. All right, so then we have the last card, continue. So this is an interesting card. Moira, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Hello, hello. Okay, so here we have the 3 of air. So this card is going a little bit of a different way because usually, like in the deck, this is the card, it shows the heart with the 3 swords piercing it, like heartbreak and the tears and all the different things. But actually, I always feel like this card means more than just that, okay? So the key word on this card is actually doubt, okay? Doubt. So for me, this is, remember, 3 is about expansion and it's about growth, okay? And the suit of air is about communication. But communication can also mean, communication is more than just speaking and saying what you need to say, right? Communication can also be a good listener, right? That could also be communication. Communication could be asking more questions so that you could understand and gain more clarity and insight, right? So if that's something that you're doing right now, that's something that you should continue doing, is continue to ask questions, continue to push, continue to grow, right? If there is something that doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't feel right, you don't get it, you don't understand, ask the question. Ask the question. It's okay to ask clarifying questions when you're not sure. And it's okay to take time. If you need to pause before you make a choice or a decision, then you can do that. You can do that. You don't have to like rush. I'll give you like a super quick example. Today I ordered lunch. And then my son went to pick it up, and when he got there, my lunch was not available. So I needed to choose something else. So he calls me and I felt like overwhelmed in that moment. Like, oh my God, I better hurry. I need to hurry and make a choice. But the menu options were so big. It took me forever to pick the first option. So now I felt pressured to make a decision. And my son said something very critical to me. It's okay. Take your time. There's no rush. And so I took a deep breath and then I processed slowly what I was trying to look at, and I made a new choice. And I know that's very simple, but you can apply that to regular everyday life. Does that make sense? Thank you, Scotty. Because sometimes we feel like the cards and tarot, like, oh, it's so mystical, it's this, and it is. And it is. It gives you deeper insight. But like, I want to try to find ways to make it applicable to us in our day-to-day lives. Tell me, I'm going to pause there and you can tell me what you are thinking. John, I love Rush. Very good band. You said that. You like them a lot. You're making me hungry. Sorry, Moira. It was, you know what? It was a pub sub, right, from Publix. It was a pub sub, and my option wasn't available, and then I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I was trying to do the right thing and order a low sodium option, and they were out of low sodium. And then I felt stressed out. Like, what if I order something that has too much sodium and it throws off my numbers later? I did it last days. I postponed the lawyer because it doesn't feel right. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. It's important to ask questions. If it doesn't feel right, see, that's going to the cards that you got. You got two major arcana cards. You got the High Priestess and you got the Shaman, right? So it's about educating yourself, asking the right questions, seeking guidance, but also connecting to your within and doing the things that feel right or make sense. If it doesn't feel right, if it feels rushed, if you feel uncertain, then pause. Pause. That is what I have for you, my friend. Thank you for letting me read for you. Friends, please remember to like and subscribe. It's free. Okay. If you like and subscribe, John will sing for you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So next was Fatima, but it was Fatima, not Fatima Vieira. It was the other Fatima. Fatima, are you still here? It was Fatima. Hold on. What was their name? Oh, Chris is next? I thought it was Fatima. Fatima Lux. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so while we're waiting on that, Chris, do you have a question? And also, do you have a preference? The Vision Quest or the Gaian? Let me know what you think. Swing and a miss. Yup. You should see my big burger. You are not gonna see it, Moira, because you know what? He inhaled it. It was gone. It was like a magic trick. It was like there 1 minute, gone the next. Was that through the magic of TV, John? That was so funny. And I swear, like, the places that you go to eat, they look so amazing. I'm always like, wow, why don't we have places like that here? Hi, how are you, Heather? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Hello, hello. I don't know if I don't know if Fatima Lux is still here, but like Chris, let me know, because you're next. So let me know if you have a preference on deck and what your question is. You said you were pulling, okay, general path, warnings and confirmations. Warnings and confirmations. So let's use the Gaian for you. Warnings and confirmations. Okay, this is the spread for you, my friend. Positives, negatives, what to do. Or opportunity, challenge, and outcome. Both would do the trick. So we're going to use the Gaian. I'm going to give her a shuffle. Oh, good night, Anna. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, you're in Germany. Yikes. Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here. I know it's late over there. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. All right. The next one was negative, opportunity, negative right there. And then the last one is advice. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning there. I figured because the last time Mystic Man came and it was late. It was late over there too. Chris. You guys, I don't know what's happening here. This card has come out 3 times tonight. So that tells me that it's important for this card to be heard for the collective. And it's feel the dreams. Live the dream. Live the dream because you have the potential. All right. Positives. Let's start with positives. You could frame it up however you would like, Chris. So either positives or opportunities. Awesome things that are around you. Okay. We have the 9 of Earth. I'm going to call this the Field of Dreams card. It's just so good, right? This is wish fulfillment. So if you think of this in the positive, there's a lot of things that are finally starting to come together for you, right? And you have been working on so many things for a very long period of time. So it's really good to see you out there being you, doing your thing, doing what makes you happy, not settling or not trying to conform to what other people are wanting from you. You have your own kind of style and aesthetic, and you're true to who you are. So for me, that is a positive. You're embracing your best self right here. It looks like your Nana. Aww. Cute. All right. So then, negative. Okay. I mean, we have the 9 of air. You know what that is. This is that nightmare card, right? This is all the things that stress us out, that worry us, that make us think twice, that keep us up at night, that make us want to keep trying different things. Your challenge is to find a way to put these thoughts to rest. Because the truth is that not everything that you do is going to be 100% perfect. There's always, that's the whole point of this, you know, life journey, is for us to try different things and to find the things that work for us. And it's possible that the things that worked for you 6 months ago could not be the same things that work for you now. So this is saying that you need to like put it to rest. Find a way to find peace with where you are, even if it's ambiguity, while you figure things out. Even if that's it, be okay with that. Don't let it, you know, mess with your mojo, in essence. Don't let it get in your way. And then the final card, the outcome. We have this card here, the 7 of water. And this card, you know, this always speaks to like having choices, not really knowing what to do or what to choose, or having like anxiety when it comes to like, what is that? Like decisions, making decisions, too many like me, when I had the menu and there was too many choices, I didn't know what to do, and I just froze in place, right? But in this particular card, this one, I feel like he in particular has exhausted the last drop of the last cup. So if we think of this in terms of, if we're looking at opportunities, challenges, and outcomes, this for me is like an invitation for you to turn over every cup. You know, when you go to the carnival and they have that game and they mix the things around and you have to guess where the ball is under which cup, right? You have to exhaust all the options. For me, that's what I'm seeing here. Exhaust all the options. Don't give up. Keep trying. Even if you feel like there's nothing left there, there's always something left. There's always something left. Exhaust everything. Let me know, Chris. Time for another cold one. Oh my gosh. Fatima Lux. Yes, we were looking for you. Okay, you had phone problems? That's okay. That's okay. You can go, you know, we can do you now after Chris. No big deal. Thank you for letting me know. Judith, hi and welcome. All right. So Chris, tell me, I got the image of a wine taste, like before a barrel session worth of grapes. Oh, I love that. That is good. Because, you know, that goes so many cool ways, right? There's the person that gets the cup of water and like gulps it down, right? But then there's the person that savors the moment, that tries to figure out like the undertones and the different notes in what they're actually tasting. They're tasting not just with their sense of taste, but they're using their they're using all their senses to try to experience it. I love that so much for you, Chris. It's gonna be awesome. That's what I'm getting for you. Does that give you the confirmation that you needed? I think you asked for confirmations and something else. Tell me if that gives you what you need. Knowing which wine will age well. Yep. Yep. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna check you off. And next we have Fatima Lux, who was having phone challenges, and we all know what that's like. I don't know about anybody else, but in our neighborhood, they're putting in like fiber optics, new fiber optics, and every time I turn around, the internet goes down. It's so annoying, my gosh. All right, let me see. Fatima, okay. He's my ex. We live far away from each other from 2 different cultures. Okay, Fatima, let me ask you some clarifying questions first. Did you and this person, okay, how will Riggers react if I contact him, sending him the picture of a place we've been to together? It's a significant place for us, but we haven't talked in a while. He's my ex and we live far away. Did you ever live in the same place? Like when you were dating or seeing each other, were you in the same place or were you long distance? So was it a long distance relationship? I came to visit and he came to visit. Okay. All right. So long distance relationship, and it sounds like it's kind of over and you are wondering if there's anything left there. All right. So for you, we're going to do the 3-card spread. One for you, one for the other person, one for the relationship. Okay? And let's see what comes up. All right. Today I am burning my eucalyptus rain candle. It smells really good. All right. All right, so can we have a card? Can we have a card for Fatima? Okay. Then a card for Riggers. We need a card for Riggers. And then a card for, I lost my place, the relationship. A card for the relationship. Okay, it's very clear, my dear. All right, so I pull, okay, I'm interested in his reaction because for me, it feels kind of weird making the first move. I always let him be in his masculine, but I feel this pull to send him this picture and I'm curious what his reaction is going to be. I'm going to tell you what I see and you'll be able to make your decision based off of that, okay? And by the way, just because this is what I see doesn't mean you have to do what I'm saying. You have free will and you could make whatever choice you would like. So I pulled a card for you. I have this gorgeous card here, Ace of Air. So you know that aces are tied to new beginnings, and this makes sense. Air is tied to thought. So you are trying to start something new. You had a shift in your mindset. At one point it was over, but now you kind of curious about restarting that. You want to see how that develops, how it grows, how it possibly blossoms, right? If you think about the butterfly and the way that it grows and transforms over time, for me, the butterfly is transformation and growth, right? So you want to see how this could work for you. So this is the card for you. That's what you are. That's kind of your vibe, your energy. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. Perfect. So the next card is a card for the other person, for Riggers. His card is Four of Earth. This is like Four of Pentacles. To me, what I'm seeing here is this is a person that is thinking about the here and now. And they're not interested in, you know, 4 is about stability and security. At this point in the game, they're not looking for anything else. They're comfortable in their current situation and they're not looking for any kind of change. Usually, the Four of Pentacles shows a person that maybe has earned some money or has gotten some material goods that they worked hard to get and they're not willing to let it go. So they're clinging onto it for dear life. That's why we see the squirrel with all the nuts, right? Like we see this in the cartoons all the time where they shove all the nuts in their cheeks, come like this, and they stash everything away for winter and they can never save enough. They keep going. They're, I don't want to say hoarding, but they're thinking about now. Like they're getting everything together and they're preparing because they don't want to upset or tilt the apple cart. So I don't know that from my point of view, I don't know that this is the energy that says, yes, I'm welcoming change and I want to do something new. Like if we had gotten like a page or, you know, some other card, Two of Cups, or I don't know, something different. This card tells me I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm not interested in changing anything up right now. That's what that says. Okay. Are you with me? Okay. Now, a card for the relationship. This is very clear. So 2 cards came out here. The first one, strength, because it's going to require a lot of strength if you decide that you want to pursue this, right? It's going to require a lot of inner strength and perhaps times where you are going to have to kind of control, like, well, control the beast within, right? Scale it back a little bit, because sometimes when we are our true ferocious selves, we scare people off. So for me, this is gonna be like a card of restraint. The reason that I'm telling you that is because the second card that came out with that is the 5 of Fire. This is a card of conflict. This is a card of conflict. 5s are challenge, associated with challenges, and the element of fire. I mean, you could see he's literally blowing fire from his mouth. There's a lot of smoke. There's a chance that there could be danger. There's a chance that somebody could get burned in all of this, right? But the other thing I want to talk about is that fire is also tied to passion, and that could be sexual passion. So if you had sexual chemistry with him, that could be part of the struggle that you're seeing in trying to decide what to do here. So for me, that is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like you wanting to move forward, him wanting to stay where he is, but it seems like there was chemistry there. There was chemistry there. But if you decide to pursue this, it's not going to be easy. I know that because the strength card has come up. And I feel like as of right now, you are going to have to restrain yourself. And when you're in relationship with someone who is the right match for you, you wouldn't have to work that hard to change who you are or to hold yourself back. You could be yourself. So, it is hard to say. I feel like at this time, it might be in your best interest to wait just a little bit longer. Yeah, I miss exactly that. I never had intimacy like that with him. Okay. Yeah. You might want to wait just a little bit longer, because what happens, like if you saw this little squirrel in public and they were working hard on gathering all their nuts, and you crept, like if you slowly walked up to that squirrel, the moment that they see you, what are they going to do? They're going to run off. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like if you try to approach him now, you're just going to scare him off. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I'm seeing it, just from what I see here. Hopefully that helps. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy, because sometimes people come into our lives and they make an impact, right? They make an impact. But you'll be okay. Give it a little bit of time. Awesome. I'm glad that makes sense. Beautiful, beautiful. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for letting me read for you. I sure hope that you decide to subscribe to the channel and come back again the next time that I do live readings. and see, you know, if anything has changed, you know, for you or for him. All right, that was Fatima. And I think the last person, your skin is, oh, thank you. You know, like, I work really hard on my skin. I have a one of those 10-step skincare routines that sometimes I'm like, why am I doing this? But, you know, yeah, I use retinol at nighttime. Yeah. Yep. I do all the things. So in the morning, I wash, and then I use toner, and then I have an essence. After the essence, I use vitamin C. And then after vitamin C, I do my eyes. And then after that, I do hyaluronic acid. And then after that, I do my moisturizer. So it's a lot. It's a process. It's a process. Rukhsar, how are you? Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah. New subscriber. Is there any chance of my ex-boyfriend come back and your name is Aisha? All right. So I think R was next. Is R still here? Let's see. And then what brand of retinol do you use? Okay, I have tried a few different retinols and it's literally right over here. So I'm gonna grab it. Okay. So I use a lot of Korean skincare, and I don't even know how you say this. IOPE. That is what I use. IOPE. This is the retinol that I use. It's a bit pricey. It's a bit pricey, but of all the ones that I've tried, this is one of my favorites. And it is Korean skincare. But I get it on Amazon. It's good. It doesn't have a strong scent. And I'm not sensitive. You know, sometimes if you use retinol, like, it makes you break out. This one doesn't do that for me. All right. I have pirates R-ing at each other. All right, so I don't think R is here. So yes, I can do your reading for you. Rukhsar. Rukhsar. Okay, so you have, it seems like a relationship question. You want to know about the boy. So we're going to use the same spread. I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm going to pull a card for them. And then I'm going to pull a card for the relationship. Chip, thank you for being here. Ah, it's so good to see you. How are you, friend? Friends, check out my friend Chip. I wish Nat was still here. Chip is like the ultimate coach. If you're looking to find ways to help grow your channel, Chip is your man. Oh, Judith, you have a question? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Okay, hold on. R was not there. Judith. Judith, I just added you. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Okay. Rukhsar. Love you like cook food. That's awesome. Victor, you're back. Hello. Victor, Truth Wave, Mead, Chip, are you locked in? Actually, I think, don't you know each other? I thought you may have connected at Gen X. Maybe. Or Creating Change. No? One of those two channels, I thought. If not, let me make the introduction. Chip is awesome, and so is Victor. Awesome people need to connect. Oh my God, Beth, I didn't know you were still here. Thank you so much for staying. Have a good night. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Okay, so Rukhsar, you got it? I'm going to pull a card for you, a card for the other person, and then a card for the relationship, okay? I'll tell you what I see. Awesome. All right. I mean, not for nothing, but I didn't give this deck a try. Like, I bought this deck and then I put it away for 3 years. Then I took the deck and I trimmed it. Then I did a deck study with it. Then I put it away again. This is the first time that I use it. It's reading so well for me. Oh my goodness gracious. See, you got to give these decks a chance. You got to give them a chance. That's what I tell Desiree all the time. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hello and welcome, and thank you for being here. All right. Let me see. Okay. You're way behind. Were you cooking, Desiree? All right. A card for you. A card. Oh. Okay. My pleasure. Okie dokie. Okay, Rukhsar, are you here? Are you ready? I was thinking about camping the other day. I haven't done it in so long. Okay, Rukhsar. So, a card for you. Okay, I have pulled for you this card here, 7 of Fire. Okay, so 7s are usually associated like with assessing your current situation. And fire is exactly that, the card of fire, of passion, of creativity, of oomph, right? The things that motivate us to do the things, or the things that inspire us to be bigger and bolder and better. So this is the card that I'm pulling for you. So it seems like you have been doing a lot of work around what you would like, and also that you are comfortable in your own skin. Okay, You're ready, right? You're an action person. You're ready to kind of do the thing. So for you, I'm reading this as energy of a person that knows where they are in life. They know what they want. They know what they want to do moving forward. And, you know, you just need a willing partner. Okay. So that's the energy for you, but that is not the energy for the ex. Okay. The energy for the ex, we have the 5 of air. So 5s are conflict. 5s are challenge. Air is communication. I don't get that that you both even see eye to eye on things. It seems like there's opportunity to improve communications. I don't know that your ex is in the right place or the right frame of mind to be open to a new experience right now, because they have their own chaos going on. They're in a chaotic situation themselves. So I don't know that they have space or time or like mental headspace to think about anything. I feel like you are in a much better place than they are. Their world is in a turmoil right now, and they have other things going on. If you try to attempt to reconnect, it's not going to end well. It's going to end like this. Okay? This doesn't mean that there isn't potential at all. Okay? There's opportunity, but I feel like here we have the guardian of Earth. Earth energy is very, very slow moving energy. Okay, this is something that takes time. So perhaps he's not ready right now. He could be ready, but we don't know. So what this means for the relationship, it's gonna require a lot of care, a lot of tending, a lot of patience, a lot of nurturing, a lot of love. Like, that's a lot of energy going out. Okay, that's a lot of energy going out. So it's up to you, because it seems like I see you as being the figure of strength. Like, look how she wields that hammer. She's doing the work. She's doing the work. She doesn't need somebody to come and do it for her. She's doing the work. So in this scenario, it seems like you're the one that's always going to be doing the thing. You get it? So maybe right now is not the best time. Maybe right now you continue to stay focused on you, on doing you, on improving your situation, your mental space, your capacity to learn and to love and to grow. That's what we have there. Scotty, you have to hit the shower. Okay. All right. Bye, Scotty. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, so that's what I have. Hopefully that makes sense. You know, you could call me anytime when you want to hear the opposite of what you were hoping for. Just contact me. You know, the cards, they don't lie, right? Sometimes. And sometimes we know what the cards are going to say before the cards even come out. We just want that confirmation, you know. So that is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, Lori. Oh, wait. What about Judith? Judith was on the list. Hold on. So we got Rukhsar. I'll add Lori. And Judith wanted. Judith, are you still here? Judith Anderson. I think Judith may have gotten missed earlier. Let's see. Okay, Judith is here. All right, my dear. Did you have a question? Awesome. Okay. Let me know. This Gaian is really working out for me. Words I never thought I would say. Magul, I'm gonna put you on the list, but I don't know because it's getting late and I gotta watch my energy. I have been reading for, I don't know, 150 minutes. What is that? 150 minutes. But you know what, Magul? You know what you could do? You could like and subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. And then the next time I go live, you'll get the notification, and that way you could be the first in line. Because what happened was that I went live 2.5 hours ago, and so far I had the pleasure of reading for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. I'm about to do, I committed to do 13. Ooh, 13 is a good number. So yeah. So I'll leave it there. All right. So back to Judith. Judith. What was your question, dear? Ta-da. All right. I'm doing, these are working out kind of nice, these 3-card readings. So I'm picking the reading. Awesome, Magul. Thank you so much. I put you on the list. Thank you. What do my spirit guides want me to know? Okay. Let's see. All right, we're going to go with this one. What is a card? What is something that Judith can celebrate right now? What is something that she can celebrate right now? Ooh. We got 2 cards there. Okay. What is something that Judith needs to learn? What is something that Judith needs to learn? Okay. And what is something that Judith needs to let go of? Ooh. Ooh. All right. So 4 cards came out, and you have 2 fire, 1 air, 1 earth, no water. All right, Fatima, you heading out? Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're doing right here. Let's see. Here, celebrate. Something to celebrate. Okay, so Judith, 2 cards have come up. We have the 5 of air. You already know that card just came up in the other deck, right? This is conflict. 5 of air, air related to communication, ways of thinking, mindset. And you can see the key word here is fear. Fear. I kind of see this bird is flying, right? A crow or raven or whatever flying, and maybe they're on the hunt. And I can't help but see that the way that those feathers, you know, it's almost like it forms like an X, like a target. So we have the card of fear, but this is what you should celebrate. So what you're celebrating is being able to overcome this, because the second card is 9 of earth. This card has come out like 4 or 5 times tonight in the other deck. And it's coming out in this deck too. So that tells me that this is a message for the collective, right? There's a lot of bounty. Like this is the card of fruition. It's like that wish fulfillment, the 9 of earth. It's like the 9 of pentacles. Usually you see, you know, the lady in the field with her bird and her orchard, you know, orchard behind her and all her grapes and all the things. So the key word on this card is accumulation. Okay, so you found a way to work through your fear, and you have what I see here as abundance. And this doesn't have to be abundance of food. This could be abundance in other things. You know, a home, a roof over your head, materials and the supplies that you need. Maybe it could be a job. Maybe it could be the support of family or friends. So you have been able to overcome these tough times, and now you're reaping the rewards. Okay, so that is what you can celebrate. Now, what you can learn. We have Mother of Fire, right? So this is like the Queen of Wands. Well, if you think about that energy, like that energy is very charismatic and bold and confident, and someone that really stands in their power. Like they don't give their power away easily. And that's what I see here. Someone who is very passionate about the things that they do, very creative. Okay, so this is something that you are maybe perhaps learning to manage or learning to work through. Now, remember that this deck is, first of all, it's thought based, and also it has a different lens because it's, you know, based on the native people of the land. So I'm going to quickly look up Mother of Fire just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So here, I'm going to show the card. Remember that this is something that you need to learn. So we have trusting oneself. This is about having pride and authority, strength, courage, certainty, the power to compel and succeed, passion, and sometimes maybe even a little bit of arrogance. Okay, so for me, this is a great, like, this is something that you need to learn. It's an invitation for you to step into this power more often, step into this energy more often. That's an awesome card for me, I think. Very, very beautiful. So then it's interesting too, because you got the mother in the learn position, and in the release we have the daughter. So the daughter, let me just double check. So we got the Mother of Fire and the Daughter of Fire. So same element. So that would be, the daughter would be kind of like the page. All right, Chris, you're heading out. Take care. Bendiciones. See you next time. Okay, so we have Daughter of Fire. This card is so beautiful. You can see she's creating smoke, right? I don't know if that's sage, or to me it feels like an offering that she is giving. She seems a little bit younger. So again, this is gonna be in terms of release. So the key word for this card is self-actualization. Self-actualization, right? This is the card that speaks about having inspiration to do the things, a lot of love, a lot of faith, courage, and hope, a little bit of innocence, maybe some naivete, right? Because that sometimes happens with this page energy, and sincerity, right? This is this energy is not going to bind themselves. This is a energy that is learning, they're growing, they're eager. Sometimes it could be a messenger, right? Like sometimes it's that type of messenger energy. So what is it that you need to release? Because I see her in ritual, perhaps there is something that you are working towards letting go of and is asking you to perform a ritual. And I can't help, like, the full moon is upon us, right? The full moon is upon us. It's the perfect time to perhaps make an offering, you know, to burn maybe some incense. You know, if you can't like do a full-on fire and all the different things, there's other things that you could do at your local level, right? So maybe you burn sage, you know, maybe you leave an offering, tobacco or whatever, you know, you can get your hands on. But there's something that you're working towards releasing, and it would really help. It would really help if you could do that. I feel like this card is saying be courageous. Be courageous. I can't help it. I don't know if you noticed that in the background of this card, there's thunder. Do you see that? And also, like, this almost looks like, remember the other night when we did the fire and Constance said that she saw the shape of an eagle in the clouds in the sky? That's kind of like what I see there. It's like there's a winged figure with their, you know, wings spread out. I think Desiree said it was on Sunday. I think she said, yeah, Sunday the 7th. So perfect opportunity. And you know, today is Friday. So we are coming into that full moon energy. You know, of course, it's going to be at its height on Sunday. But a couple days before, a couple days after, you could still start working with that energy. You could start working with that energy. Well, that is what I have for you, Judith. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know your thoughts. I'm loving this deck. The colors in this deck are so cool. Beautiful. We'll put my fire pit on this weekend. Oh, that would be amazing. Yes, it's an eclipse. Blood moon. 11/11. What? Yeah. You gotta take advantage of that, girl. You gotta take advantage of that. All right, so that was Judith. Okay, so now I think we have Lori. Lori, lovely Lori. Uranus retrograde in Taurus. 1:11 Central Time. Awesome. Thank you so much, Judith, and thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I love both of these decks. They're so good. All right, Lori, let me know what your question was. Did you have a question, or like both sun and moon are conjunct the north and south lunar nodes to this eclipse? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so I have my tarot decks. I also have my oracle decks. So let me know, Lori. And then we can go from there. Lori is still here. Okay. Both of these decks, money. I'm having money things come up all the time. I'm in a pattern. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to use the Gaian. All right. Let's go to the Gaian. Okay. Let's clear energy. Okay. All right. Money come up all the time. Money, money. So for you, we're going to do the problem, the lesson, and advice. The problem, the lesson, and the advice. And then the advice. Card for the advice. Okay. Okay. For the problem, we have Elder of Air. So this is like the King of Swords. Okay. So perhaps King of Swords as a problem could be that maybe we're too set in our ways or set in the way that we think or approach challenges or problems. That butterfly up here for me is transformation. So this could be calling for a new way of doing things, right? The king is, and you can see elder, right? It's the most mature of all of the energies, but also what happens when we progress in age. Perhaps we get a little bit more stubborn, a little bit more set in our ways, and a little bit less open to changing or doing things differently. So it's almost like we continue like beating to the, or moving to the beat of our own drum without really paying attention to what's happening around us. So there's, for me, this is saying it's time for a change in the way that we do things. And that change for me is probably something that is different and really outside of your comfort zone. Something that is different, right? It reminds me of like when the first time that I told my dad that I was online banking and he just lost his mind. What? Online banking? No. This is a man that gets in the car, drives, right there to the bank and will like do everything in person. Everything has to be done in person. For them, it's very difficult to change the way that they think and embrace change and embrace technology. And so that is what I see in this elder card, that whatever it is that is needing to be changed is likely something that you're apprehensive to change. Something that makes you uncomfortable, that makes you think, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't like that. I don't trust that. That's still too new. I don't want to do that. So that's what I have for the problem. Sorry, hold on. Is that what we were doing? Problem, lesson, and advice. Yeah. The problem, lesson, and advice. Okay, so the lesson in all of this. This card here, this is the 9 of Fire, and this is usually like a card of resilience, right? Of usually what we see here is like the wounded hero. It's usually a guy standing, you know, in front of 9 rods or 9 wands, and you know, he's bandaged up and he's been through some things, but he's still standing there and he's close to making it to the end. That's how we usually see this card. But in this case here, you also get that having that amount of rage, passion, inspiration, motivation, all of those things, like you have to find a way to manage all of that. So this is an invitation to rebalance and bring things back into alignment through meditation. Because sometimes the things that we want to do throw us off, right? And then before you know it, you are putting all of your energy towards that one thing that you're trying to do, and you could be, you know, burning the candle at both ends, expending all of the energy, but not taking time to recharge. So the lesson in all of this is that, yes, it's possible that you may have to do something different and that it might be awkward or uncomfortable for you. But if you take it like one step at a time and kind of release, like when we meditate and we release and we give it up, right? You give it up. If you're a praying person, you could give it up in prayer, you know, however that works for you, right? Your own spirituality. But sometimes it's hard to trust. Like you do it, but it's hard to trust that it's actually gonna take place. So this card is saying trust. It's okay to sit. It's okay to close your eyes and trust. Put your petition out there and trust that it's gonna happen. And then the last card is the advice. And it's such a beautiful card. For advice, we have the 3 of fire. So we see her here in the form of a dancer. So we know fire is connected to creativity, to passion, to inspiration, to motivation, right? And usually 3s are connected to expansion and growth. So usually this 3 of wands energy is kind of like that person that is like putting all these plans into place. They've done the work, they've done the research, they have their checklist, they've checked it once and twice, and they're ready to start doing the thing. That's usually what we see in this card. It's almost a cause for celebration, right? It's almost like a cause for celebration, and that's what she's doing. Plus, when I look at this card, I said this a little bit earlier, when I see these little orbs here, I feel like she's surrounded by spirit. She's not alone in this. She's not alone. She's surrounded. She's blessed. Enjoy your dinner. Bye, Victor. I'll see you later. So yeah. This is what I have for you in terms of, if you look at this card as advice, what do I see here? I see confidence. I see a person who is stepping into their power, someone who knows their worth. That's what I see. And someone that knows that they are guided. They have divine guidance, and that at any time they can call in for help. So hopefully that makes sense to you. That was really beautiful. To say, I'm really happy with this Gaian. The Gaian has read really, really well. Awesome, awesome. Good. Good, I'm glad. Oh, that makes me happy. I hadn't done live readings in a little bit because I go live on Fridays. Usually I do Fridays at 5, and I've been doing a lot of like video responses, and I hadn't done readings in a bit. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do readings today. I'm glad I did because there was a lot of people that came by. So yeah, this was cool. And I can't believe we still have a lot of people here in the chat. But you know, we're going on, it's almost 8 o'clock. So that means I've been live for almost 3 hours. I want to take a break because I need to eat a little bit something, and then tonight I'm gonna be joining Victor on his channel Truth Wave, and I'm gonna be doing card pulls for his group later tonight. So I want to make sure that I give myself like a break to kind of recharge. Private readings, yes I do. I'm doing one. You can, I will be adding them to the store, but I haven't done that just yet. So for now, you can just email. I'm gonna be doing reading for someone tomorrow, and we're just like doing it independently. I can't do the email paste. Oh, I see. Okay, because you're on your phone. Okay. Cha, the more intuitive me. That's my email, the more intuitive me at iCloud. Cha, there it is. So, so yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for being here, for letting me read for you. It was a really great night. I appreciate all of you, and I hope that I see you all next time. I know it was really great energy in the chat. I feel like it can't be this great without the people that come and hang out. There's a lot of good energy in the chat, but you know, like attracts like. Sister, thank you. Oh, I appreciate you. Good night, everyone. Thank you, and have a fabulous weekend. Bye.